Right. So it's 10:35 and I'm just gonna start our session. Hi guys, so welcome to our Skills Quest webinar number 6. Wow, we've been halfway already. So welcome to our HIIT class. Welcome to our HIIT class and fitness talk. This is a session originally is a workout session with Vanessa Ho, and we will also spend time to talk about fitness and how to live a healthier lifestyle mentally and physically later today. But for the ones who are new to our webinars, let me introduce you who we are, what we do, and how the session today will run. So this is essentially organized by VietPro. We are Vietnamese professional in the UK. We are a community of around 4,000 professionals and students, such a big number, isn't it? So our aim is to build a hub for professional development and create a socializing environment for everybody to connect. So we do organize events to give back to the society as well. So as such, we have launched this fundraisers called Skills Quest, powering up your skills during the lockdown period. This is a series of webinars that are happening every weekend in the core of May and June under the 3 main themes. As you can see here, we try to cover the 3 topics of personal development, lifestyle and well-being, and creativity. So today we are doing a sweaty session, so it will be under the lifestyle and well-being. There are a few sessions coming up in the next few weeks. One will be this afternoon, and we have another one tomorrow. They are announced weekly on Facebook, so please make sure you do follow us on Facebook so we can give you up-to-date information. The reason why we launched this fundraiser Skills Quest is essentially to support Blue Dragon Children Foundation, which is a charity based in Vietnam. So who is Blue Dragon? They are a foundation that aims to support children and families in crisis situation. They support especially homeless children and families and try to help them to have a better life. With the coronavirus lockdown, Blue Dragon, we have met twice as the usual number of children sleeping on the street. And we have received call from 31 girls trapped in sexual slavery. And we have seen doubling in the number of families seeking emergency food aid. So I agree with all of you guys that Vietnam has been incredibly successful in containing the virus, which we do not suffer from a significant amount of cases or death tolls, which is I'm super proud of it. But however, we can see such a strong impact in the long-term recovery, especially for these children and families in Vietnam. So SkillQuest, we run a series of webinars. Of course, if you enjoy it and find it useful, as a thank you note and appreciation for our hosts and speakers, we are looking to raise fund for the appeal for Blue Dragon Foundation. You should be able to see the link to the Just Giving page on our Facebook post, but also you will see the QR code that that I'm sharing on the screen right now. You can use your camera, just hover over the QR code, and it will take you to the same Just Giving page. We are looking to raise a target of £3,000, and as you can see, we are at around 50% of our target right now. It is a huge thank you from VietPro as well and Blue Dragon to everyone who has joined our webinar series so far. And it is such a great thing that look how we've done, how we've been so far. We've donated 1,500 already for these children in Vietnam. And we are halfway in our journey right now. So I really, really hope by the end of this fundraising campaign, we are able to donate at least 3,000 for the kids. So just to let you know that you can make your donation anywhere you are in the world, as long as you can make a bank transfer and have a bank account, of course. As I said, we announce our webinars every week So please make sure that you do follow us on Facebook, and then we will send you up-to-date information. Last but not least, we would like to extend our thanks to our partners who have been extremely supportive in terms of spreading the words. Those are Overseas Vietnamese, Vietnam's Finance Society, Vietnamese Partnership, and we are VietPro, so we're quite UK focused. So I feel like we are extremely lucky to have these Vietnamese societies around the world to help us sharing the words. And also a special thanks to our art director Xuân Phan and our designer Gideon for designing the entire identity and branding for this campaign. So some last bit from me before I hand over you to Vanessa, some few simple guidance. So the cameras are encouraged to give us a wave, but don't worry if you don't feel extremely comfortable with camera today, but because we will all leave our camera on just to make sure that everyone see how hard we are working and how hard Vanessa is kicking our ass. And your microphone will be muted by default, but you can unmute yourself should you have any questions during the session. We will have some Q&A at the end, so we have a chat function at the bottom of the Zoom meeting. So you can feel free to drop us a question and we will make sure we answer you at the end. So yeah, exciting part. I'll hand this over to Vanessa so she can take you to further guidance. Over to you, Vanessa.
Hello, can you hear me properly? Thumbs up if you can, because I think you were on mute earlier. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us this morning, especially on a Saturday morning. A little bit about myself, I'm Vanessa. I work full-time in a corporate job, but my passion is in fitness and wellness, which is why I founded What We Shape Me. So What We Shape Me is like a community slash events business to encourage people to stay active and stay connected. So every event is a different venue with a different type of workout, and then it's always followed by social, and the social always ranges from, you know, brunch to dinner to rooftop drinks, making the whole workout experience more than just a workout, and allowing people to, you know, connect with like-minded people. I will tell you a little bit more about why I started it and my journey, but before that, I think we're going to do a HIIT workout first. So it's going to be a 40-minute workout. I'm going to do a warm-up, I'm going to go do a cool-down, but the way the workout works is going to be like HIIT style, so 40 seconds of workout, and then 20 seconds I'll be showing you the next move, so that, you know, it's not too confusing. And I've tried to make it not too difficult because I don't know what everyone's ability is like. So yeah, we're gonna start with a warm-up first. Who do you wanna play the music? I think you need to unmute yourself though if you're gonna play the music.
Yeah, let me play it now.
Cool, so everyone get up. And also guys, if you've got injuries, please comment in the box. Then I can try modify stuff for you. And yeah, I encourage you guys to put your screens on. You guys sweat and work out, be more motivated. Right, cool. Okay, very nice. Alright, everyone get up. And then shuffle. I'm gonna stand this way so you can see what I'm doing, okay? Then do 10 squats, okay? Now I want you to do stop, lunge, 10 as well, 10 on each leg.
ground shake and the air shattered, generating power equivalent to 10 power automobiles with their accelerator on the floor.
Okay, so 10 of these practices. If you're climbing up, squeeze your bum, okay? 10 of those. Cool, and then now the climbers. Do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then do push-ups, 5 push-ups, guys. Right, after you do your 5 push-ups, Anna, give me 10 star jumps.
Give me some of that. Grab your friend by the hand. Damn, body like, give me some of that.
10. Right, final bit. 5 bodies, guys. Chest to the floor.
You got me woke up.
1.
You roll that sticky like okra.
2.
Let me coach you. Show you about my
3.
culture. Late night show like coconut.
4.
Go ham in here and grab your friend by the hand. Let me know, is you down?
How's everyone feeling? A little bit more warmed up, heart pumped up a little bit. Thumbs up, guys.
We don't play fair.
Okay, cool. We're gonna start the workout now. Like I said, guys, if you guys have any injuries, please put on your comment now so we can try and modify stuff. Okay, cool. Looks like no one has injuries, which is good. Right, I'm gonna start the workout now then, okay?
Sorry, can we lower the volume a little bit?
Someone's speaking. I think someone just said something. You?
Hi. I just want to ask if we can lower the music volume a little bit because I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Here, can you lower the music?
Yeah, I think that's much better.
Cool, thank you. I am not on Spotlight. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Right, the way it's gonna work, it's gonna be 10 movements. After each movement, there's gonna be a 20-second rest so that I can show you the next move. So it'll just be easy. You can just follow me through the different movements and you don't have to remember so much. Okay, let's start. Okay, the first movement is gonna be a walkout and then a push-up, okay? So it's gonna be 40 seconds of that. So we're gonna walk out and then push up, okay? If you find it difficult, then just go on your knees, push up, okay? So it's just gonna be a constant movement of walking out and pushing up and getting back up, okay? Cool? Right, we're gonna start now. We're gonna start in 10 seconds, okay, guys? Hope you're ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1, okay, go.
Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
In order to make it harder for yourself, then obviously do it faster. You can make it as easy as you want or as hard as you want. It's all about you pushing yourself, guys, this morning. Come on, guys.
Smelling like the weed man.
10 seconds left of this, guys. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop. Look at what I'm doing next, okay? You have 20 seconds of rest here. So we're going to be doing a bear crawl, guys, okay? So we're pulling up and front, okay? Just crawling. You hear me?
Sorry, you froze a bit. It's good now.
Okay. Cool. So the next movement is going to be a bear crawl, okay? Just going to be crawling back and forth, okay? With your knees like synchronizing with your hand. So just back and forth. Make sure your back is straight when you're crawling, okay? And you want to tighten up your core when you're doing it as well, okay? So engage your core and straight back. Okay, I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, go. You know it just as well as me. The more controlled you are, the harder it will be. And make sure your knees are not touching the floor, guys. Okay, engage, straight. Not touching the ground, guys. Do not touch the ground with your knees. Oh my. I die every night with you. Oh my. Living fire every move. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Rest, 20-second rest. For the next move, we'll do air squats. And shuffle. 5 times, okay? So 3 air squats, 1, 2, 3, and then shuffle 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's start in now. 1, 3. Oh my. Spark. 10 seconds, guys. Come on. Doing good, guys. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds rest. Watch me, okay? For this move, you're going to do mountain climbers, 5 of those, and then hops, 5 as well, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Starting 2, 1, go. Remember, mountain climbers. Oh my. Living fire every move. Oh my. Try to keep your back straight, okay, when you're doing those mountain climbers, guys. Remember, it's all about engaging the core. Oh my. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doing good, guys. Hope you're sweating now. Okay, next one's a little bit easier. Sit on the floor. We're going to be doing our abs. So I want you to be laying back, chest open, arms open, and all you're going to do is this, okay? Start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, abs. The lower you lay, the harder it's going to be for your abs, okay, guys? So you want to get those abs, lay low. And do not close your shoulder, guys. Open it up, okay? The more open you are, the harder it is. Touch your elbows. And just because you're doing it fast doesn't mean it's harder. If you actually do it slower, it's way harder. So laying lower, pushing yourself harder. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Stand up. What you're going to do now is, I'm going to be going into your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, jump, okay? So it's knee, up, jump. Knee, up, jump. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Okay. You guys get it? I'm a little more confusing at this one. So it's just knee, up, jump. Knee, up, jump. Go as fast as you want, as slow as you want. As long as you're getting that combo. Pushing yourself, guys, come on. Arms open. What you're gonna do is touch your elbow. We're working your obliques here, guys, okay? Squat. Right. Okay, let's start in 3, 2, 1. Let's see how everyone's doing. Yes, let's go, guys. I see some people working in pairs, a bit of synchronizing going on there, which is good. I like it, synchronizing the abs. Oh. Squat as low as you want, guys. Bring the heartbeat up. Okay, 10 seconds, guys. Oh, you're sweating like me. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one. You're back on the ground, guys. Working those abs again. We'll do a full body workout today. What we're going to do is legs up. Start your legs up. What we're going to do is crunch, crunch, stay up, then lower your legs down. This will be testing how good your core is, because when you're going down, you wouldn't get struggling. Make sure your lower back stays on the ground, guys. You don't want to injure your lower back, okay? So it's crunch, crunch, down, up, crunch, crunch, okay? Let's go, guys. Crunch, crunch, down, up, crunch, crunch, down, up, crunch, crunch. Again, guys, reminding you, lower back to the ground, okay? Do not injure your lower back. And put your arms behind your back, it helps as well. 3, 2, 1. Right, you've got 2 more exercise, and then you get 2-minute rest, guys. Come on, get up now. Get up, come on. But for this one, we're going to be doing a squat, and then your toes going to come up, okay? So the squat, and then toe, toe, jump. Up, okay? Squat, toe, toe, jump. Up, okay? Squat, oh, squat, toe, toe, jump. Up. Got it? Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Squat, toe, toe, jump. Up. Squat, toe, toe, jump. Up. Squat, toe, toe, jump. Up. Come on, guys. Getting good. Make sure you raise those toes up, okay? Point your toes. That will really work your thighs. Getting good. Right, 5 seconds left. And then you've got 1 exercise before you get 2-minute rest, guys. Okay. Done. Pause. You can stop now. Right, the final 40 seconds before you get a break. It's just going to be a simple plank. We're going to be planking for 40 seconds, okay? Just like this, straight back. And you want to work yourself properly. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze your abs, okay? It'll make it way harder. I want to see you guys shaking a little bit. Okay, we're going in 5 seconds. Okay. Time to run out. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Remember, thumbs down, guys, thumbs down. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs. Okay, I can't see everyone's screen because everyone's on the floor, which is good. That was 20 seconds, guys. Doing good. You're done with the first round. Okay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. You're done with the first round, guys. How you guys feeling? Give me a thumbs up. You're doing well. Sweating. I want to see some Asian flush, some red faces going on. Hydrate yourself, guys. 2-minute rest, okay? How's everyone feeling? In the comment box how you guys are feeling. It was too easy, too tough. Because if it's too easy, I can make it harder. So I wasn't sure what everyone's ability is like today. So yeah, if you guys can comment on the group. Good pace. I don't know, maybe I should up it a little bit and make it a bit harder.
Yeah, where are you? Oh, right, okay, yeah. Just was 25.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that for one more round, and then we'll do it cool down. Actually, no, it's one more round, and then we've got a bit of a final last 4-minute killer. So save your energy for that, guys. Hydrate yourself, guys. You need to stretch it out for a little bit. We're going to go in 30 seconds, okay, guys? And this time round, it should be a lot easier for you guys because you know what the movements are. Right, guys, we're going to go in 10 seconds. Is everyone ready? Remember, the first movement is going to be the walkout and push-ups, okay? Go in 10, guys. Okay, 10, 9, 8. Remember, walk out, push up, okay? 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Come on, let's get back in the game. Walk out, push up. Go as fast as you want. You want to push yourself harder. Go. Have your shoulders, elbows close to your chest. Make it harder for the push-ups. 7 seconds left, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one, back hold, guys, remember. Pulling, engagement, pull, tightening, control, okay? Straight back and forth. No knees to the ground, okay? Keep your knees up. Going in 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You want to go fast? She's feeling your thighs, guys. 20 seconds, guys. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one. Air squats. Shuffle. Now I'm used to this movement. You guys should be able to jump lower, squat deep down, and jump higher up, okay? 5 of those, and 5 shuffles after. Like a dancing. Music was loud, I'll be raving right now, but I can't hear the music that much. So. Right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. Stop. Okay, let's see how fast you can do, guys. 4, 5. Shuffle. Let's go.
Yeah, well, me and my brother are driving.
Squat down. Shuffle quick.
Why are you here? Why did you talk to the side? Park it out. Nice, dude.
Take you right there. Right, cool. Got that. Okay, done. Break. 20 seconds. Next one. Mountain climbers. 5. And then hops. 2, 3, 4, 5 mountain climbers, 5 hops. Just going 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, get to the ground. 5 mountain climbers. Hops. The hops can get quite tiring, so. Keep going, guys. 20 seconds. Love for synchronizing. Can't see you guys on the screen, some of you guys, but go on, David. Moni, come on, keep going. Priya, go on, Nicole, come on, let's go, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this one is the easier one, guys. Remember the Africa. Crunch, okay? Straight back, open your chest. Going in, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lay low, guys. Lay low. Okay, lower is harder. I actually try to do this movement every morning. And yeah, the more practice you do, the more lower you get. And it is a killer if you keep doing it for a really long time. So maybe you want to do this in the morning, guys. Pick as well. No equipment, you just hop to the ground and do it. Okay, 4 seconds left, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now gonna do the knee, down, down, up, squat, jump. Knee, up, jump. Knee, up, jump. Go in 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Get to your knees, guys. You push yourself, you can go hard, faster. Jump. Push yourself. If you're sweating, you're doing this fast. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one. Sweating, guys, this is when you're sweating. Next one's gonna be easy. Knee to elbow. Okay, we'll do it fast, okay? Like the dance. Okay, go in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Come on, guys. Work it, crunch, 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 crunch. Don't stop. You signed up for this morning. It's good effort to come on first thing in the morning, so make the most of this time.
Open your mind and live the stars.
Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one, back onto the ground, guys. Remember, the legs up, crunch, crunch, down, up, crunch, crunch, down, up. Walking those out again, and again, remind you, back, lower back to the ground. I don't want to see any air or arch back, okay? Going in, 3, 2, 1, go. Crunch, crunch, down, up. Legs straight, guys, okay? Legs straight. Crunch, crunch, down, up. 50 seconds. You should feel it in your core. Don't know if anyone's abs are shaking a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, final 2 movements, guys. Back onto your foot. Okay, now we're going to do the squat down. your toes up, guys, because that will really feel, your thighs will really feel it. Okay, rest. Fine movement for this round, guys. Your favorite plank. This should be easy, because you're not really doing that much. But obviously you have to engage your core, engage your glutes if you want to work it hard. So get to the ground, we're going to do it in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, plank. Okay, 40 seconds. Let's do it, you guys. Woo! I am sorry, I don't know if it's just me teaching this, I'm so sorry. I hope you guys are sweating as much as me. It's also a really nice day in London, so yeah, sweat it out and you can enjoy the rest of your day. Go for a walk in the park. So I guess restriction less. So, yeah. Right, 10 seconds, guys. Remember, squeeze your bum. Block those booties. Right, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Right, let's start this. Get 2-minute break. 2-minute break, guys. It's not over yet. Not over. Hydrate, stretch, drink water. Go outside quickly, get a breath of fresh air. I don't know, but it's not done. Okay, you've got another short burst of rounds. Only 3 movements on each round of 90 seconds. Okay, so rest up for these 2 minutes. If you want to comment anything, let me know how you guys are feeling in the comment box. A lot of you don't have the cameras up, so I don't know if you're alive or feeling okay. Okay, got 1 more minute left, guys. Someone said they're out of breath. Sounds good. Alright, before we start, we've got another 40 seconds before we get back in. I'm going to show you the movements, okay? So watch me, please, guys. So, it's just going to be 3 movements. It's going to be 10 butterfly sit-ups, 10 of these, okay? And then 10 lunges, okay? 1, 2, 3, 10 of those, okay? And then 10 burpees, our favorite. How can we not have burpees in the workout properly, right? 10 burpees, chest to the floor, okay? Chest to the floor, jump up, okay? 10 of those. So remember, 10 butterflies, this, then 10 burpees, chest to the ground. And I want you to see how many rounds you can do of those, okay? Repeat, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. It's gonna be 90 seconds. Push yourself, okay? Push yourself and see how many rounds you can get. And I want you to comment on the box how many rounds you've done in this 90 seconds, okay? How many rounds, okay? Everyone good? I'll be doing you guys anyway, so if you don't forget the movements, I will guide you through it. Right, let me reset. Remember, guys, see how many rounds you can do it. The final bit, we're going to be doing 2 rounds of this, okay? So, 90 seconds fast, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go! Butterflies, come on! 10.
Listen to me, bring it in. If you are alive, I know you ain't reached your best yet.
Lunges.
You could do more, you could see more, you could be more, all right? Right now, you should feel it.
Hey.
Strong. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Are you hearing me? to another level. Right now, you should feel invincible, powerful, strong. Look.
4, 3, 2, 1. How's everyone? Everyone's just laying on the floor while people's kind of who I can see.
A lot of you, you're not where you want to be.
Right. You have 1 minute rest, and you're going to do this again. Final time, guys, and then you are done. Oh, I am sweating. Anyone else sweating like me?
I need you to know that in order for you to get to that next
30
level,
seconds left of rest, and then we're going to do all of that again for 90 seconds. And like I said, now you know the movements. You should be doing it like faster, guys. Final push. Okay.
it's a change the way you think.
10 seconds, guys, 10 seconds.
As goes, your energy flows. Are you hearing me?
Okay, we're counting in 5 seconds, okay, guys? Competing with yourself, really. Get those movements in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crunch. Butterflies.
Invincible, powerful, strong. Look.
Okay, lunges. 1. Burpees, ready for it? Chest to the floor, guys. I love a good burpee. I've done so many burpees. Challenges and stuff, so. Chest to the floor, guys. If you've done any workouts with me and come to any of my events, all of them have burpees, so you know. Okay, back to the ground. Butterflies. There's 40 seconds left, guys. You get another round in at least. Remember to breathe. Breathe, take it in. We'll have you guys last your long workout a bit longer. Final push. Let's have a look how everyone's doing. Yes, I can see some people, you know, doing their butterfly punches. Hey, final 10 seconds left. We are done. Sorry, I lagged a little bit. Well done, guys. How's everyone? Thumbs up if you're okay. Whoa. Okay, we can stop music now. Gonna do a cool down, guys. Lay on your backs. Oh, so hot. Oh, okay. Can we turn down the music a little bit, please? Let's do a quick warm up down. Okay, just lay on your backs. Back to the ground. Just take a second, breathe. I hope everyone's sweating like me. Okay, lift your right leg up and pull. Pull your hamstrings. Stretch it out. Pull it. The more you pull it, the more you should feel here in the hamstrings. You guys have done well. Well done. Don't know what everyone's abilities are like. You work out often or not, but you all did really good. Right, okay. Bring that right leg to your other side. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. Bring it to the other side, and then face the other way to stretch yourself. Pull your legs down. The harder you push down on your leg that you brought over, the more of a stretch you're gonna feel. 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring it back over. We're gonna do the other side. Left leg up. Pull your leg towards you. Feel those hamstrings. I love this stretch after like a lot of jumping. Okay, bring it to the other side. And face the other way. Pull. Push this back. Right, okay. This side, probably. Okay, now stand up. Stand up. Give yourself a swing. Left, right. Everyone's got up. Swing side to side. Okay, and then walk it out. Walk it out. Bring your right leg out to the side. Like a lunge. Okay. Move back and forward. Okay, and then bring your right leg to the floor. So you're going to do a pigeon pose. Let me move back, you can see me properly. There we go. Leg to the front, pigeon pose. You can stretch your back, stretch your glutes. Take a second here. Okay, and then you want to have a bigger stretch in your back. Bring yourself forward. Go to the right. Stretch your left side of your body. Then go to your other side, the left side. Right, okay, we'll go to the other side now, guys. So, bring yourself back up. Left leg out. Okay. Move back and forward. Okay, pigeon pose. Put your leg down. Stretch. Breathe. Okay, bring yourself down. Stretch it out. Okay. Bring yourself to the right. Bring yourself to left. Okay, and then we're going to do a bit of a cat-cow pose. Go onto all fours. Bend your back up and down, just to stretch your back out, stretch your shoulders. Do that about 10 times. Once you've done that, child's pose. Stretch out again. Okay, then you're going to slowly get up, okay? Let your head hang. Step a little bit. Okay, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, come up. Take your time, guys, to come up. And then give yourself a hug, stretch yourself, pat yourself on the back, say well done. And then well done, everyone. Give you guys a virtual high five. How's everyone feeling? Stay hydrated, guys. Drink water. Comment on the box if you want and tell me how you feel.
I'm absolutely sweaty, Vanessa.
Good. Actually, can we unmute everyone? Unmute everyone for a second and see if you want to say things. Just to
Guys, feel free to catch up.
Out of breath. How's everyone?
One more round, please.
One more round? Oh, I think you can lead it if you want to do another round, for sure.
Joking, I'm dead. Joking, I'm dead.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't know how everyone found it was hard or not, so.
It was good.
It was good.
Very sweaty.
Okay,
challenging but good.
Good, that's what I like to hear. Okay, we're gonna go on to a talk now. Just talk a little bit about, can we have the music off, please? Music off, cool. Okay, I don't know if you guys want to get a drink first before we start the talk.
Yeah, I guess everybody needs that too.
Yeah, I think give everyone 1 minute and then we'll start the talk. Okay, I'm just gonna get some water. Hey guys, welcome to What We. So, cool. Yeah, you guys did great. So, yeah, so for the talk, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I've started called What Me Shape Me. They're like fitness and social events. So basically I started What Me Shape Me last March, and I have a full-time job as well, working for the financial regulator in finance. But yeah, my passion lies within fitness and wellness. So a bit about my journey. Actually, I'll tell you about what Me Shape Me is first. They're basically fitness and social events. Like I said at the beginning, every event is like a workout at a different studio, and it's different type of workout. So you get to try different types of exercises, because I think, you know, not every type of exercise is for everyone. Then after that is a social event. So the social event was where people get to actually get to meet each other, enjoy food, enjoy drinks. It's all about the good vibe. I wanted to bring an experience where basically working out is, you never feel alone when you're working out, because sometimes when, you know, it's really scary going to the gym by yourself, or if you're someone like me that likes going to classes, I often find myself that I go to a studio, I do a class, but it's almost a little bit awkward to say hi to the next person next to you when all you're trying to do is make a friend who, you know, has a similar interest to you. So that's why I started the event. And basically I hire out the whole studio, and, you know, when people buy a ticket, it'll include like the workout, social and everything. And yeah, I was never into fitness. Like I was always the person that, you know, skipped PE at school and everything. And it was only when I went traveling and came back, I started getting to working out, feeling good. And I think a lot of people, working out is very much kind of linked to physical appearance. Like a lot of people start working out because they want to look a certain way, lose weight or whatnot. And I definitely went on that journey. Like I actually had like eating disorder for a bit. I was like very obsessed about the way I looked. But yeah, so that's why I wanted to start these events where, you know, it's not healthy to just always focus on just working out. It is about like, everything is about your diet, about working out, about the good vibe. And that's why I want to like bring these experiences to life. Because also sometimes, you know, when you're really into working out, it can be very, very isolating and very lonely, because like I stopped going out and drinking so much because I was like, okay, I need to have like a good diet. I don't want to be drinking. I don't want to be hanging out with my friends. So because of all those experiences has led me to create this What Me Shape Me. And one of the goals is actually also to promote fitness and wellness in the Asian community, which is why, you know, when the Viet Pro approached me with this, I was like, this is like perfect. Because, you know, when I go to a lot of classes, I go to a lot of fitness events, but it is almost always like the same kind of people. And I think, you know, promoting fitness and well-being and mental health to Asians is really important. And I don't think necessarily it's like we don't care about it. It's more that it's just not spoken enough about, or for example, there's not enough like role models around in this area. Like certainly, well, from my experience anyway, like living in like a Western country, and then obviously in Asia, it's probably even more behind in terms of like speaking about well-being and stuff like that. We're quite, you know, I would say we're considered quite lucky. Like, you know, in my company, we talk about well-being a lot. People care about each other a lot, but you know, certain communities in certain countries, they don't have as much of an awareness. So I think it's really important to promote that, which is why, yeah, I came on Yet Pro. I really want to try do more events, and it's been really, really positive, because even though I've been running What Me Shape Me events, they have been put on for everyone, for people that, you know, like I said, have, you know, that are not into working out but want to give it a try. They are for people who are into working out already. But the good thing about, you know, doing these events is actually there's been more and more Asians coming to the event, which has been really refreshing, I think. There's been people that come to the event and say, oh, this is really surprising. I was expecting to be like, you know, all English or like Caucasian people, because they are more into like fitness and well-being. So there's definitely a gap there, and I think it's been really, really positive to see, you know, more and more people are getting more engaged. Wait, I think there's a lag here. Okay, there we go. I think there was a lag here. So yeah, like I don't know how everyone's keeping with, you know, lockdown and staying active. Like certainly for me, I have been staying active a lot because, you know, that's what keeps me sane. I try to promote, you know, exercise and moving, not to link to physical appearance, but, you know, move to feel good rather than to look good. It's really, really important, because sometimes, you know, you feel so pressurized to move, you feel pressurized to exercise because, you know, like all these external factors, right, and pressure. So yeah, definitely move to feel good than to look good is what I say. I don't know how, I think Van's going to join in, because I wanted to, you know, have a bit of a conversation, get a bit of a conversation going to see how she has been keeping active.
Hi, thanks, Vanessa. I'm just absolutely.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because I think some people are like, yeah, some people are finding it really hard to move, and some people are like, you know, they have so much spare time. All they're doing is exercise as well. Like people are getting obsessed with it. All the challenges, I've definitely been doing lots of Instagram challenges. So yeah, Van, do you want to share like how you've been keeping active and how you've been finding lockdown?
Oh yeah, first of all, thank you, Vanessa, for just kicking my ass off, because I'm absolutely out of breath. And I'm very sorry for my red, sweaty face. So you can see how well did you cope with the session. Yeah, so I mean, lockdown, I've been personally working from home for the past, I think, 9 weeks already. It's been like once of the lifetime thing that we've been facing at the moment. I think everybody has sort of like uncertainty everywhere, but it's actually a very good opportunity for us to connect to our families and friends, and I think especially your inner self as well. I think for me,
yeah,
the reason that I started this journey was I think I came to fitness like 3 years ago, where I started it, where I was in a very dark place, like mentally. So I've been like, there was a time before, like a long time before, since I started like A levels and stuff, I was very into food. Like for the long time, I've been active since young age, like playing sport, basketball, badminton, but I was so into food, and I had no sort of like understanding about what I eat. I just enjoy what I ate, especially like fried food and pizza and donuts. I still do. I love food so much. But the reason I joined the gym 3 years ago was it was just like I found it so hard to cope with sort of like some emotional struggle that I had at the time. So I joined the gym, and I was lucky enough to meet a friend there, and he started to teach me how to use the dumbbell, the barbell, how to even like just do some simple squat or deadlift in the gym. And then every single day I would just follow the instructions, start to learn how to eat well and how to cope with like exercise. And then it's a month, 2 months, went to half a year, and the year my sort of passion just start to develop then. And then I find myself spend say even 3 hours, say an hour in the morning or another hour in the afternoon in the gym, and I find that was my happy place. So every time when I finish a workout, I feel like, oh, my sweaty session that I've just finished, it just makes me feel so pumped or feel so happy. It's just like a place to de-stress after work at the same time.
Definitely.
So
I think there's a lot of people are like that right now, using working out and sweating out as a form of de-stressing, you know, making the most of, you know, wherever in the world you are, different people, like places have different restrictions. But here, I think definitely people are making the most of your one workout a day.
I think with lockdown is definitely more difficult, but maybe easier in a different way, because say we don't actually we can't really access the gym at the moment, but that can be good for us to actually connect with friends like this. We join Zoom meeting or video calls, and then you can exercise with your loved ones. And it is definitely a challenge, because for myself in particular, I find myself stay at home, and then I do enjoy food a little more, and then I do enjoy my relaxing, sitting back in the sofa, watch TV. So I think for everybody, it's just the fact that, do you actually feel happy at what you do, even like the food you eat or the movement you have on a daily basis. So we're not saying you have to have, like, say, 5 workouts a week, or you have
Definitely not at all.
You have to eat like healthy or this amount of vegetable a day. It's just down to how comfortable, how happy you actually feel after you do things that you do. So I think it is exactly what, like, the What Me Shape Me want to send the message to people as well. What Vanessa is saying is, I think, not just do it because you see other people do it. Do you do it because you actually feel happy, because you are,
and it's really important, definitely having, like, striking that, you know, that balanced lifestyle, not being siloed to like one or the other kind of thing. That's why, like, What Me Shape Me is all about, you know, promoting people to stay active but also staying connected. It's always been the message before lockdown. That's why there's always been the people aspect. I personally, like, love being in big groups, especially surrounding yourself with, like, positive vibe and like-minded people, and that's why I love getting people together. It's definitely not, like, I don't think people should ever feel alone on their, like, fitness and wellness journey, basically. In terms of, like, for example, you know, how have you been finding, like, what motivates you to work out? Like, do you want to, like, share any tips on what keeps you motivated, like, during lockdown, to, like, you know, get that, for example, like, I don't know, run in or workout in throughout the week?
Yeah, so I think for me is one of the motivation is, I won't say to everybody like motivation. I usually think motivation comes and go. So if you feel like you are committed to something, then sometimes you just gonna force yourself to do it. Like, even if you don't like it, just force it. But in terms of the lockdown period, for example, it is so understandable that we face some sort of uncertainty, and then sometimes you feel like, oh, I just want to stay indoor because I'm afraid I'm outside. So maybe when you're indoor, it's not like the best environment for you to exercise, because you are someone who really enjoy the gym, or you are someone who really enjoy, like, running out the park. But I think it's just the fact that, say, even 10 minutes of your day, getting up and get moving, and the motivation is like, oh, I'm gonna feel much better after I do this, even though right now I'm not in the best place of feeling like exercising, but knowing that after I do it, I'm sure I'm gonna feel much better now compared to how I feel now. And then that is just one of the huge motivation that I would get myself off and train. And I think it is a summer now, so I'm not sure where you are, but in the UK we are having like some rare sunshine at the moment. So I just take advantage of this and try to have
get that fresh air in, for sure.
Like, like a very short walk, like at 5 p.m. for half an hour, then come back. So don't push yourself too hard, but I would say enjoy that movement in your day would really helps. Yeah.
Exactly. I definitely completely agree with that. I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but since lockdown, I've been running a lot more. I think a lot of people have been running a lot more. And for me, you know, some people, I never used to run that much, like maximum probably 5K. But, and, you know, some people are putting a lot of pressure on themselves to, like, break their PBs, like, time themselves and everything. For me, literally, it's just about moving. Like, for me, you know, I enjoy the movement. And there was one time I literally ran for like 21K, and everyone was like, how did you even do that? And honestly, I wasn't even thinking. Like, if you just see like exercise as a form of movement than actually working out and exercising. I think you'll enjoy the process a lot more. It's all about enjoying the process, I think, for sure. Rather than, there's a lot of pressure, I feel, sometimes with like working out and stuff. So, yeah. And then I would say there are a few things that, I was trying to think of, tips that I could give in terms of, in making you enjoy your workout a little bit more. Again, back to running, I think, first of all, it's like, enjoying the movement and trusting the process. But then there's also other like loads of variables that you can use to, think that you can change to make working out more enjoyable for yourself. So for example, like one thing is like music for sure. Like sometimes I listen to like, depending on my mood, the type of music would change. I would recommend like, I'm not much of a reader, but so I started listening to a lot of podcasts and Audible during this lockdown. And, before it was music that would like keep me going through my run. But actually now I listen to podcasts and Audibles. Because before I used to think, listening to something talk to me, it's gonna be really boring. Like I need like music to pump me up, right? But actually listening to podcasts and Audible, like you're actually distracting yourself from moving. So time actually goes by way quicker when you're listening to something because you're absorbing something subconsciously while you're running. So I tend to feel like I do my runs like way longer when I'm listening to that. So that's a variable you can change. And then another variable is something like the type of workout. Some people prefer very structured workouts, going to the same YouTube channel, same Instagram stories, and just use those, where some people like to vary channel to channel. And I personally have like my few favorites. So if you're interested, let me know. I can like message you and direct you in terms of like the channels that I follow. Because like, for example, like one of them is, I'm really into all these boutique fitness studios. And at the beginning, there was so much free content on Instagram, on YouTube. Like, I can't imagine how confusing it is for someone who's never been into fitness, let alone someone who's already into fitness. I was following all these things and I was getting confused, what to follow. So I've tried like a lot of the workouts, and I could say for Instagram live stories, if you want to do something for free, like Third Space is the one. So go on to follow Third Space on Instagram. They have their live stories every single day, and then all their workouts, if you can't follow them on live, they have it saved on their IGTV. So I highly recommend that. If you're onto YouTube, then like ab workouts, Mad Fit is like really, really good. So I get really bored very quickly. So I prefer to like follow certain channels that I know works for me. But again, like I can, if you want certain channels to follow, you can like message me on Instagram and stuff. I'm more than happy to follow, kind of direct you. And then this is a bit of a random one, but another variable that can make yourself feel good about working out is actually what you wear. Like, if you want that, Lululemon, or you want like a nice outfit, so like, if that's what's going to make you feel better about wanting to work out and get you excited, like get that clothes, like especially nowadays, like, fitness clothes is such a trendy thing. It's so comfortable. Like honestly, through lockdown, I have been literally just living in my gym wear. Like wearing normal clothes is like, is that even a normal thing? Like I literally wouldn't know what to wear. But it's like, for example, like, if guys put on a suit and they walk into the meeting, they feel like they're owning the meeting. Like I'm sure if I wear heels in the meeting, I feel like I'm owning the meeting. So if what you wear is going to make you feel better, like, invest in those clothes. It'll make you want to work out a bit more, because that's something that gets me excited. So
Great.
That's what I share.
Yeah, thank you so much for the sharing. I think, guys, it is amazing how she has been sharing the tips of how you can do, or what sort of like channels you can access to continue your fitness journey. I am conscious of time. We have around 10 minutes left for the session today, so we are open up for any Q&A that you have. So please feel free to unmute yourself and speak up if you have any question for Vanessa. And we are more than happy to answer you guys. So probably we have around time for 2 to 3 questions. So if anyone, just even if you want to have a random chat to us or share something about the session today, feel free to unmute yourself. Hi, Monica, please.
Hi, so I do have a quick question. This is for Work Me, Shape Me particularly. Well, conscious that there's a lockdown right now, so it's very difficult to organize all these classes and brunches. So events are you doing in lieu of those things?
So basically, actually, since lockdown, I've been doing events last week was the first week I didn't do any event. So for the first 6 weeks of lockdown, I was still doing virtual events because, it's never going to be normal again. Like, people are going to start working at home, and people, it's just never going to be normal like the way it's going to be. And we don't know when gyms are going to be open. So when we first went on lockdown, I was doing events every Saturday, and basically it was a workout and then it was a social, a cook along. So we'll work out together, and then I'll get like a chef to teach you how to cook. So we'll cook together, and then we stay on the camera and we eat together and social. Because, a lot of people working out on their own, or people were like, a lot of people were basically following cook-alongs online, but a lot of people who are like living on their own, they might be cooking on their own and eating on their own. So I basically wanted to replicate that virtually, because I feel like, like I said, the message for What Me Shape Me has always been about staying active and staying connected. And I think during lockdown, it's even more important to stay active and stay connected. So I was doing virtual events for the first 6 weeks. And then at the moment, I'm having a bit of a break because I am planning another idea, which is basically working out again, collaborating with studios, and then basically it's still in the progress of developing, but essentially I want to be able to develop like a platform food to you guys before the workout, so you can work out and straight away eat, and every single event is going to be like a different form of food. So I think the concept of people receiving the food, like receiving something in like a package, is so exciting right now because we're just like indoors, right? But yeah, like I'm definitely gonna try keep up with the virtual events because I honestly think, personally, I enjoy like going to the studios. Like nothing's gonna be able to be the same again, but there's definitely something. I think people will actually like a virtual thing as well. So yeah.
Cool.
Any other questions, guys? Thanks for your answer.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I think what Vân mentioned, I have motivation. Sometimes I have motivation, sometimes I don't. And during the periods where I don't have motivation, it's so hard to wake up and like go do practice.
Yeah.
And I always try to have a perfect routine, and it puts a lot of pressure. And I always try to, or whenever I have motivation, I try to wake up really early, get out of the way, and then the day is free. And then I don't usually stick to it after 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
I always tell myself I'm gonna do it in the evening, and then sometimes
don't do it.
So, question is like, from your experience, what is for, I guess, people like myself, what's like the time to practice?
In terms of when you should work out?
Yeah, like during the day.
So basically, for me personally, like I am definitely a morning person. I like to get myself up bright and early, do my workout. Because I am not a fan of waking up and then rolling straight into my desk and working. Now we're working from home. Like I feel like, there's something missing. I like, sweating it out, getting a breath of fresh air, because I feel like personally, for me anyway, I'm more productive that way. Like get those endorphins in. I feel like I can shower, freshen up. And I just feel like when I roll straight out of bed and straight into my desk to work, it just doesn't work for me. So personally, working out in the morning is the best. And then sometimes I work out, well, I wouldn't say work out, I'll move. Like I said, I try to, not associate always like working out, but actually just like a form of movement after work. It's like a bonus. If I'm sitting all day and I need a stretch, then I'll just go for a walk. But yeah, definitely morning is the best for me personally. It might not be for everyone because I know some people don't like waking up early. But honestly, it's all about just like, seeing exercise as less of like an activity, but more as just part of your lifestyle. Like for me, like before it was like, oh my gosh, I need to exercise this day. But for me, it's literally like just part of my routine now. Like it's just so effortless. And I think, that's probably, it's taken time to get used to it. But yeah, I think mornings for sure. Like, I mean, for you, do you feel better when you work out in the morning?
I do, but then the problem is when the alarm rings, I snooze. and then the time I could have spent on exercising just goes away. And then I go straight to like, take a shower and straight to work.
Yeah, I completely get that. Because sometimes like I do like I said, now it's a lot easier because I'm used to it. But I remember those days when I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get up and exercise. But honestly, that 40 seconds, especially now you're working from home, not commuting, that 40 minutes where you're rolling around your bed or slowly getting out of your bed and slowly having a shower and brush your teeth, those 40 minutes or half an hour, 20 minutes, you could have really got a workout in. Like, just stick a YouTube video on, put it in, 20 minutes done.
I think, you know, Anna, I think your question is quite common for any of us here, but
yeah, definitely.
I think the way that Vanessa said that now she exercise like so effortless that she can just wake up and do it, as like when you brush your teeth in the morning, for example. But I think one of the tips I have for you is like ask the question to yourself, like what is the ultimate goal that you have? Like why would you like to have such perfect routine in your week? Why would you like to wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. for example? What is your goal? Like why like initially, like deep down in the bottom of your heart, why do you want to do it? Once you can answer it, for example, like I would say to myself, I really want to say lose 3 kilograms in a month, just for example. And then I would tell myself, okay, I don't really like to wake up in the morning 6 a.m. It's so hard. I would like to sleep until 8 a.m. for example. But if that is the ultimate goal for you, for example, I want to have a healthier lifestyle, I want to be more active because say after 6 p.m. in the afternoon I have to spend time with my family or friends, so I can't do it later in the day. So if that is your goal, then it is something that, okay, then I have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I don't have any other choices. So as I say, motivation comes and go. I think it doesn't apply to just you, it applies for everybody. So it comes and goes. So once you identify that what is your ultimate goal, then that is when you have to push yourself, like push it in the first 1 week, 2 weeks, and then just push it, just to force yourself in the first 2-3 days. And you've just got to tell yourself like, get no motivation, I'm gonna have to wake up. So after say a week, you're waking up every day at 6 a.m. you find it so easy to wake up the next day at 6 a.m. because even if you want to get back to sleep, it's so hard. So it's just a tiny bit of the tips that I have is like ask yourself really, why would you like that routine in your diary?
I would actually say another thing. It's you know, going back to the point where I say, you know, do things that will make you feel good. Like remember that feeling of how you feel after a workout and then stepping into work. Like you definitely feel more refreshed. I don't know, well for me anyway. Like remembering how you feel, like how it's going to make you feel is really key to getting you feel like get up. Like sometimes honestly, I have days where I don't feel like working at all, but I was like, you know what, I know it's gonna make me feel better. Especially if you're stuck at home all day. And to be honest, you know, I say, you know, waking up early, working out makes me feel good. But like honestly, during lockdown, like every day is just merged into one. Like it's so, sometimes it's actually, there's some people that are really good at keeping to their structure, and then some people, they need change. Like, and I definitely think like I have a period of time, like 2 weeks, I'll be really good at waking up every day, and then maybe I'll fall out of it for a few days. Because I need more rest, so I don't feel like doing it, and that's okay too, because you know we shouldn't put too much pressure on ourselves to feel like we should do this every single day, because it gets a bit draining. Like even for me, it gets draining where sometimes I'm like, you know, I just don't feel like doing it, and it's okay if you want to switch things up. Definitely for me, I did a lot of trial and error, like during lockdown. Like I tried working at lunchtime, I tried working in the morning, try working out after work to see what works best for me, because yeah, it's definitely different for different people, and it definitely takes a lot of trial and error for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cool. So guys, sorry, did I just stop someone from talking?
Anyone have any questions?
It's fine.
Okay, sorry.
You sure?
Yeah, you sure? Okay, cool, guys. So thanks a lot for your questions, and I think it's pretty much the time that we should wrap up the session today. I'm just gonna hand over to Vanessa for a little of her conclusion, anything that she wants to send with us now. But before that, I would just share my screen quickly with you guys. Let's see what we have today. Can you see my screen, guys? Yeah, I think you can. Cool. Yeah, so our session is been 1 hour and a half today, and I think is one of the best 1 hour and a half that I spent, because I've got my mental and physical top up on like what I want to know, and I feel so much energized right now and learn a lot about Vanessa, and also like hear a different like sharing from Anne or everybody in the Zoom call today. So I think just for a bit from Viet Pro, thank you so much for joining us today. The skills quest, I hope you guys really enjoy the session that we have. And if you do find it useful, please follow the Just Giving page that we posted on our Facebook page. And also you can scan your phone on the QR code on the screen that you can see. And if you find it useful, please make a donation to the Blue Dragon Foundation so we can support the children in Vietnam during the coronavirus pandemic. Follow our skills quest today. We have another session coming up this afternoon. It is the public speaking hero with Matthew. This because this was one of the very popular session we had back a few weeks ago, but unfortunately back then we had some Zoom technical issues, so we rearranged it to today. So very looking forward to meeting you all this afternoon, and we have one more tomorrow, which is about the creativity. So we're trying to bring to you guys the topic called applied design thinking, how you guys can talk to the strangers that you meet. And we have a session next week and another one in the following week after that. And we are, as I said, we are we have gone through half of the journey with our fundraising campaign. And I just really want to express my appreciation to you guys have been joining us, make the donation. And I really hope at the end of this fundraising, we can raise up to £3,000 to support the homeless children in Vietnam. And I just want to say thanks a lot to you guys, and just want to hand over to Vanessa for some final thoughts. There you go, Vanessa.
Thank you. Just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for to Van and Pierre for giving this opportunity to teach this HIIT class to you guys, and also try spread a bit of positivity throughout this difficult time. Just want to encourage you guys to stay active and stay connected. It's really important, and hopefully I shall see you guys one day physically. I don't know when this lockdown's going to be over, but please feel free to connect with me. I think someone Viet Pro has shared my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and my What Me Shape Me Instagram on the side. You want to give a follow and you want to reach out, have a chat, or like I said before, if you want me to direct you to any channels that are good, please feel free to reach out. I will be, like I said, I'm still planning all these virtual events, so you can, so far before all the events were free, so if you want to jump onto one of them, you're more than welcome. And yeah, I just hope that, like I said, I really want to raise more kind of awareness in on fitness and wellness amongst Asian communities, so I think that's really important. But yeah, keep well guys, and yeah, thank you again to Viet Pro for giving this opportunity, and yeah.
Thank you guys. Have a great Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Thanks.